goodness, and Tim Omlu goes over a tenth of a second fast.
Good evening everyone, and welcome to the Master Split version of tonight's events. You're joined here with me, Stephen Heppner, who will be co-commentating at the DAC sponsored Mugello Grand Prix, and Q1 of the qualifying sessions is underway, and we shall hopefully join the drivers trackside. As it currently stands, some of the drivers have already set banker laps. Nico Bossa currently at the top of the time sheets, but yeah, by the looks of things, everyone obviously opting for the C4 compound. If it's your first race with us tonight, the qualifying format basically is that we have two separate qualifying events. The first qualifying session features all the drivers, and only 10 of the drivers make it through to Q2, where they all will basically have another shot at forming the grid. 10 minutes left of qualifying here. So Stephen, you've got a bit of experience around this track. Why don't you run us through what these drivers have to kind of prepare for?
Well, they do have to prepare for is a very technical and tricky lap. Of course, Mugello being infamous for its big elevation change and fast direction changing. A lot of left-right sweepers, up and downhill. And you're really pushing the grip, both mechanical and aerodynamical grip, to the absolute limit. And especially with the porpoising some cars may experience, it's quite sketchy sometimes, going through a corner flat out while the car's bottoming out. So drivers will have to watch out for that, and I think in general it's just a matter of keeping it on the track as good and clean as possible, yet maintaining speed.
Yeah, you're right there. These guys are really kind of having to keep this car planted, especially through this sector. Ermis, keeping his foot on the throttle, and it is basically fortune favours the brave. Whoever has the most planted setup, will essentially aid these drivers into trusting the car a bit more through those faster sections. A lot of these the tracks on the calendar this season have kind of all featured a very similar kind of style, if lack of a better word. But yeah, all kind of balls to the wall. The smallest mistake, kind of you're in the gravel. Zandvoort being a good example of that. Okay, Nico Bossa is on a good one at the moment. Let's follow him. I do apologise, by the way. I'm not actually sharing my screen, am I? That's a big mistake.
Yeah. Like I said, car bouncing a bit too much through the corner, and kind of hit car. Yeah. So,
even Stevenson goes fast, I believe, but not enough.
Fast enough yet.
Yeah.
Missing out by about 400. So he is close, but he just has to push it a little bit more.
On board with Southwood, who's up on his time. Southwood not having the best of luck with qualifying so far. He's never really been one for outright speed on a one-lap basis, but for this guy, when it's his race day, he can perform. You know, we're just kind of waiting for that to happen, I guess. Bit of oversteer there, coming through the latter part of the track now. This is you can lose a lot of time as well at that exit. You want to kind of drift the car out, but not too much.
And of
the line.
course,
15.
with these with this track and these cars, overtaking is going to be very difficult. So it's going to be super important to try to keep it clean and just trying to keep consistent pace and try to win the race with the strategy in for the pitting. So.
So let's just come by. Your driver? I believe so. He's on the lap. Why don't you talk us through this signing? He's new this race, I believe.
Yes. So this is what we use as debut. So basically, what happened as Damien left Ace Energy for Vermin, he contacted me about wanting me to help find drivers for the new team. Well, for the new driver lineup. And he ended up sending Yuso to me and said he was really quick, so I'm excited to see how he will do. I haven't seen him personally on track yet, so for me it's also still very new to look at him. I don't know what he's capable of yet, as he gets a bit of the track there.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that is characteristic of this car. People trying to get on the throttle a bit too early, and it just spits them back out.
Yeah, of course. These cars having less aerodynamic grip is easier to make the rear spin around.
It looked like it could have been a good lap. I mean, you know, good catch at least. You know, it could have been a lot worse. So, you know, this guy probably still finding his feet out there. First session, a lot of pressure, but you know, best of luck to the guy. Let's go on board with, I believe, Halligan. Yeah. Traffic, hopefully stays out of the way. Gonna walk us through the lap.
Yeah, so this first turn, third or fourth, this turn 2 is very tricky, easy to boost the rear. And then you want to be careful on throttle out of turn 3. Then this is a very short little break, 2 downshifts, and then trying to keep as smooth as possible throttle application. And then this should be flat out all the way to the back. This double right-hander also flat out. Yeah, he nailed that back section, and then laid on the brakes here. Try not to overshoot it because it's pretty easy because it's downhill after all. Same for this braking zone. It's downhill and kind of off camber, so it's pretty tricky to run it wide. This is flat out. And then, like you said earlier, for this corner you kind of want to have a later apex and then let the car drift out near the exit, trying to carry as much speed as possible onto the start-finish line to get that run for the race in the car in front of you.
Which fifth fastest with that, 1:16.7. I think he's still got time on the table, and if he's fast enough, he might be able to get back in time. Oh no, no, no!
It's not going to help.
That is not going to help. Oh.
As we're on board with the LGA of Jace Merrick in the quite striking blue and yellow Minsky. As we're heading up to the main straight, I think this is to finish his current hot lap, and it puts him up in the P5.
Good job.
Jump Halligan by 10. year Cochran. Improves to P11, so he still has some time to find.
R2 manages to navigate himself around traffic, and actually refreshing to see the Vermin car. Excuse the logo. Oh no!
No.
Didn't get to finish my sentence, but yeah, it was nice to see the Vermin car around this track. But
yeah, that's it's not a good first sighting to see Vermin car go off like that.
this is just the kind of on the edge kind of performance that the car has. These corners will spit the cars out. If you a 1 inch in the wrong direction with the throttle just applied a bit too much. Benoit up 2/10 on his lap at the moment. Could probably eke out a few more.
So that will mean he would be finishing up in P2, I believe, even if he.
He's lost it all in that last corner.
Oh,
no. That's not good. P3 though, that's good.
Let's hope. Stevenson is not coming out again. I think he's still in pit lane with just under half a minute left. I think he's keeping it safe for Q2.
Nico Bossert comes across the line and comes across in second place. Tripping over my own words.
Just almost, just under 2/10 behind Urmas.
On board with Giovanni if I can find him. No, that's Gustavo. Giovanni's not showing up on my screen. There we go. I think he's. Oh! Seems to be catching a lot of drivers. I'm so sorry, guys.
On board with Gustavo here. He's still on the hot lap. As you can see, running the absolute every inch out of the track while having a bouncy car. It's very on edge. I must say, for the half the race I've driven, it's quite a scary experience driving a bouncy car around a track like this.
Okay, I do apologise, but Urmas has not shown up on my time screen at all throughout this, so he's just shown up now, set in pole position, and yeah, we've not tracked him whatsoever this qualifying session. So congratulations to him. As Gustavo Della Valle crosses the line in P10, just about gets across the line and into Q2. Good on him.
Yeah, he knocks out Agnes and he knocks out Agnes out of Q2.
Yeah, Urmas Riss putting in a stellar lap there, coming across the line.
Nice to see Christophe Beau's return.
Yeah, definitely. Probably not the qualifying session he wanted, but still, good attempt.
Neither for Yuso there.
So, yeah, a lot to take on board there. So, drivers through to Q2 is Urmas Riss, Nico Bossert, Steven Stevenson, Simon Benoit, Jace Merrick, David Halligan, Artur Nieminen, Felipe Olsen, Giovanni Amorim, and Gustavo Della Valle. And the bag drivers will be happy with that. Both drivers through to Q2. And it, you know, it wasn't fine margins either. I mean, there was a couple of tenths in it. Agnes was his fastest lap was a 1:17.3. The cutoff was a 1:17.1. Yeah, drivers just preparing for Q2 now, and I'll be shortly underway. Thoughts so far? my dude?
Well, we've seen the cars go around, and we saw a couple of them fly off track. So it'll be interesting to see how they'll perform in the race with the heavier cars. And yeah, seeing who was it again? He barely knocked out Agnes out of Q2. Yeah, Gustavo. So that was nice to see.
Yeah,
I don't
definitely.
know. I don't know how much they will improve in pace for Q2, but yeah, of course, a second chance for the drivers who did not quite get their laps right to maybe finalize their pace and lap time, and maybe we'll shake up the order a bit.
Yeah, that's a fair point. Hopefully, qualifying will be commencing shortly. Apologies for the delay, but you know this is just standard practice by now. Should all come to expect it by now. Just realised you sent me the logos for your teammates the other day, so I'm gonna try and put those on the drivers while we have to restart this.
Yes.
Um,
I hope Yuso will have an amazing last to first drive.
yeah, me too, man. Who knows? Okay, I believe it's back up. So the drivers will have a brief warm up before Q2 starts, just so everyone has a chance to get on the server. Standard practice. But the drivers that didn't make it through, how about that? Do we have anyone waiting for an interview? Remember guys, you know, the drivers that didn't make it through, how about that? Do we have anyone waiting for an interview? Don't forget Discord stream. How could I? How could I forget such a thing? I like how you said it in the DM, so I won't say it out loud. I don't think Q's started just yet.
I was keeping quiet just to be sure.
I appreciate it. I think everyone's going out.
Yeah, I think it's still warm up then.
Is it?
Is it?
I don't think so.
Where are the apps in general? Ah, there we go. Oh no, qualifying did start. as Urmas is the first one to start his flying lap.
Yeah, Urmas ahead of the pack, just trying to break away.
And I think that's Benoit behind.
So unlike last season where drivers would start on the tyre they qualified on, and they start the race that is, drivers have free reign tyre choice, so most of them have opted for the C4, which is better on a one lap basis, gives that the best performance. And Urmas is pretty much going to show us what those tyres can do.
Yeah, talking about tires, the wear is very aggressive on this track. I heard the C4 is only lasting for 12 laps. Or that was even the C3s. C3s were lasting for just 12 laps. And I did experience for myself when I just had over 20 laps on the C2s. They were already starting to get red on the wear.
Urmas really pushing the track limits here, to the point where I think it's having a bit of a detrimental effect on his time. But comes around the last corner, takes a really wide berth, carries the speed, doesn't really. Oh no, I thought as much. Wasn't going to be a great lap as he crosses the line.
Yeah, in the end, the art of racing is all about trying to find out how you can drive as fast as possible, but not overdriving the car, which is quite hard to do, especially in the Formula 1 cars where the grip is basically at unnecessarily high levels, where sometimes you don't even need that much grip. This Amorim, I'm pretty sure.
Yep, you're right there.
He's going to set a time for P7, 17.1, and gets knocked down by Gustavo, back up down to P8.
And that's pretty much the first round of qualifying. Sorry, let me rephrase that.
Laps.
That's pretty much the first, round of laps for qualifying 2.
As a pretty tight for the top 2. That's been separated by 3,000 of a second.
Yeah, that's pretty crazy. We would always like to see that. Miss Race, let's go on board with him, seeing as he'll be the only driver really about to embark on a lap.
I mean, it's good to see that the top 7 is separated by just a second. Yeah, Urmas warming up the tires. Should be slowing down too much, otherwise they're gonna cool down again.
Yeah, I don't think he knows everyone else is doing an in-lap. So that is the beauty of having an engineer. That wasn't a good exit, to be honest, out of the last corner. I think he compromised.
Yeah, you kind of want to start accelerating from them just later than the apex to get the decent speed for the next lap.
A lot of pressure on this guy because he's not had the best of results, considering what we know he's capable of.
Flat out, the speed is absolutely astonishing. Hitting nearly 300 Ks.
Yeah, I mean the trust you got to put in that car. I mean, I know these cars are capable of doing it, but at the same time, I don't envy the race. Those. Oh no!
And that's how quickly it can go wrong. Touching the grass by just a millimeter there can violently throw the car off the track. And yeah, that's how easy it is to kill your hot lap like that.
We don't like to see it.
Disappointing.
Let's go on board with Stevenson, who's currently the fastest in this session. He's just about to embark on his second hot lap of the session.
Nico Bolsard still in pit lane. He might go for one more hot lap after this, as he just went out. And yeah, Stevenson on the absolute limit here. Full quality pace.
10th and a bit there, but I think he'll be gaining some here.
Gained a 10, just the reverse sector there. Maintains that gap throughout the Arabiatas. What is he gonna do here? He's gonna improve.
Oh yeah, stays ahead of Benoit by 200ths of a second, just about.
So Benoit hopped in there as well. He's now in the top 5. Jason Merrick as well.
Yeah, brilliant performance from Jace Merrick. R2 Nieminen coming through the last corner now. Oh, I wonder if you got a bit of dirty air there. Or
We've seen Jace's incredible qualifying pace in Challenger Split last season. Just didn't really have the consistency all around to finish races in higher positions.
yeah, you're right there.
David, I don't think he's had a single quick lap. The more on a push lap? No.
Yeah, everyone's on an in lap, I believe.
Quite interesting to see if they're still gonna make an out lap then. Probably not.
Yeah, that's a good point actually.
Just a minute under the end of the race.
I think.
I don't know what Merrick gonna do. He's gonna stay out, maybe go for another lap. We're gonna have to see here. Yeah, he keeps his foot down, so I assume he's going for another push lap. Of course, Assetto Corsa. Ooh, as he nearly loses to rear end there. Assetto Corsa spectating, not being very optimized. Oh, and he completely loses it on the exit there. It was his final chance, so it would definitely be quality over for Jace Merrick. His provisional P3.
Hermes goes on pole.
Hermes goes up on the pole, yeah. A 10th from Stevenson, who's probably not going to be able to finish his lap. Benoit's going slow, so he's not going to improve. I think Hermes might have this pole position in the back, but don't forget about this guy, Nico Bossert. Going full pace still. He's on a hot lap. There grabbed a 10th in just one corner. Shifting down to rotate the car, that's a smart strategy. Depends on how you set up the differential, of course. But it seems to have worked in his favor. As he nearly gains 2 tenths there. Though bringing up to just a provisional P3, so he has to improve by 4 tenths or more, I think. Just over 3 tenths to get pole position.
They'll land themselves a decent position with this though.
Do you think he will get P4? There
He does. He knocks Jace back to P5. And that's pretty much qualifying over.
I think that is qualifying over indeed. No more cars going full speed, I assume.
There's a good performance from Nico Bossa in the younger GP car, but it's his teammate Ermus Riss who is on pole tonight here at the Mugello sponsored DAC Racing. I said that the wrong way around. The DAC sponsored Mugello Grand Prix. Should we? Go on.
You gotta watch out for Stevenson here. He's infamously known for his great first laps. So it's interesting to see how he will fare against Ermus here.
So brief interval now, just before the race starts. As always, the drivers will be psyching themselves up now.
Trying to keep that qualifying aggression in.
How do you tend to feel before the lights out? Are you nervous? Are you full of energy?
For some reason, I'm really relaxed until the cars all spawn onto the grid, and you load up your setup, and you're just waiting for those lights to come on. Heart starts beating faster, and like everything kind of turns quiet.
Yeah, man. That feels like the longest minute, I swear.
Yeah. And then when the lights actually go out, it's like no turning back. You gotta only go forward from that point onwards. Like the calm before the storm, I'd say. They count down before the lights.
Yeah. Oh, show.
In my opinion, I've experienced it as quite anxious in a way.
So the drivers get a quick warm up now, just to dial themselves in now. Just obviously they got a long race ahead of them.
There's a quick little warm-up before the race.
Joke is, we actually missed the race start.
What?
No, I'm joking.
I was thinking, like, no way this field is already that.
Imagine.
So yeah, it's the last laps, the last meters the drivers can use to dial in their setup to absolute perfection and get into that race flow. And for some reason, Discord decides to operate. Pull up the live timing for now. 20 seconds to go before the race starts.
The race should be commencing ever so shortly, guys. Just a Assetto Corsa things right now. Someone's forming up on the grid.
Oh yeah, doing the practice. That's Chase Merrick. Oh no, went back to yeah, running at 37-degree track temp. Combined with these quick corners, it's gonna be super aggressive on the wear. So I'm quite interested to see the strategies. Well over a minute in the cool down for the warm up. And it's Irma's complaining about T1s being a trash.
Here we go.
Alright, here we go.
2 minutes till race start. Here we go. So let's go through the lineup for tonight. So we've got Ermus Riss racing for Younger GP on pole. He'll be opting for the C3 compound tyre, and he's got Steven Stevenson alongside him for Oxtan Racing Team. He's opted for the C2 compound, and it's Agnes Rositis in third on the C2 compound tyre. Felipe Olsen in fourth on the C3 compound tyre. A lot of these drivers are opting for different strategies by the looks of things. Then it's David Halligan on the C3 in fifth, Nico Bossa on the C2 in sixth, Simon Benoit on the C2 in seventh, Jace Merrick in eighth on the C2, Alex Cochran. This can't be right. What? No, sorry. No, this isn't right. No, this ain't right.
Weird issues with this shirt?
No, it's just maybe it's just me. Just me.
I think it's real time goofing up.
Ermus Riss, yeah, it says Ermus Riss is in 13th. I don't know why. Oh, that's not the camera angle we wanted, is it?
I see no camera angles.
And it's lights out and away we go. Ermus Riss cuts off Steven Stevenson very politely. Plenty of space, obviously. But as things stand, he stays in. Oh, and it's a big crash at the back. Well, that might be a.
That's a major pileup. That has.
That's a major pileup.
That's 4+ cars.
Oh dear. Give me a second, guys. That might be a bit of a race restart. Oh god.
Red flag, red flag.
Oh no, it's happening again.
Oh boy. Cars resetting back to pits and which oh no, don't leave the server yet. Hang on, guys.
dear.
Hey, the server, everyone. We're trying to call for a restart here. Oh no, that's multiple drivers disconnected.
Yeah, there we go.
Disconnected. Oh, 3 drivers disconnected. Oh no, we're losing drivers on the spot here.
Who are the ones that have disconnected?
It's Merrick, Olsen, and
Do me a favor and try and contact them?
yeah, Ah! Jace Merrick loaded back in, that's good. Giovanni as well. Okay.
No, I wonder if this will work.
Giovanni still needs to... Oh, Giovanni and Jace are back in. It's Olsen. Also needs to rejoin. You try starting a Discord stream?
Yeah, sorry, there you go.
Yes, here we go. We're live with the racing action here. As we got a majority of the drivers back. As you can see, there's one car missing on the grid. He didn't turn back in time. So we're about to go. Lights out.
Here we go. And once again, Ermis has Stevenson covered off.
And it's Benoit on the outside of Stevenson. Stevenson maintains the P2. And Benoit being pressurized by R2 Nieminen there. And it's Dalla Valle going slow on the outside of Cochran.
That's Case Wilhelms off with
Christoph, I think. Yes, Christoph and Case. As Ermus pulled already a 1.2 second gap. And it's Cochran right behind Bossert. Arabiata, he has a better exit than Bossert, who nearly loses it.
Yeah,
And,
good overtake there. You don't normally see
that.
that.
Around the outside of Bossert as well.
Oh no. Yeah, Bossert caught sleeping there.
Yeah, as you can see, he got a little bit loose on the exit there, and that made him lose nearly 2 positions.
Giovanni eyeing up a move there on the inside of was the LGA car. Is that Jace Merrick?
That's Jace Merrick, yes. They're going side by side now. Amoro up in the P9 behind his teammate, who's half a second behind Bossert. Can Jace Merrick attack back, or is he gonna stay behind?
Looks like he might have to deal with being behind for the time being, because this next part of the lap, there's no overtaking. There's definitely no overtaking.
No, this is all flat and one singular racing line. No way you're gonna do side by side. Maybe like Alex did. If the driver in front has a bad exit, you can try it at the inside here. Other than that, there's not really much overtaking anywhere.
Speaking of, Nico Bossert looking for a move on Alex Cochran.
You mind that Cochran is on the C3s compared to Bossert on C2s. so Cochran will have a bit more grip, presumably, and will have less struggling keeping the temperature of the tires. But he has to pit earlier than Nico, who's getting the run up the inside, getting past him before the braking. But Alex brakes later, carries it around the outside. Beautiful defense by Alex Cochran.
Yeah, you're right there, and Gustavo Della Valle all over the rear of him.
Yeah, that battle really lost him time, and now it's Gustavo indeed, right at the back of Nico Bossert there.
Gap's already beginning to form here. It's nearly 2 seconds off Stevenson now.
Yeah, he's gone. And then Stevenson put a 2-second gap to Simon Benoit, who's being closely followed by the vermin of R2 Niminen.
Yeah, you're right there, yeah.
It's Merrick behind Amorim again.
Right, we're gonna try something.
Experiment.
Let's have a look. Okay, so can you confirm
I am seeing
you're about to
the
see
race start.
the race replay of the first race before the red flag, that is?
Yeah, as you can see, that's Jace Merrick collided with Benoit, I think. And then it's the DAC and the Vermin car that both collided with Benoit. It was an orange car.
But yeah, hopefully the guys on the other side of the stream got to see that. As things currently stand, Stevenson's slowly eating into the gap of Irmis Riss, but I mean, nothing really to go by. The closest battle here at the front is between Artie Niminen and Simon Benoit for third place.
Outside of some little Windows Media Player windows and stuff, the replay didn't get through the stream.
Did it not?
It did.
It did, yeah.
We do see alt tabbing, but
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
we'll figure our way around it.
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe try alt tabbing when you have the transition going. I know it's going to be hard to time. Well, yeah, you got to switch.
Yeah.
You can hold the transition though.
Oh man, that's big brain stuff.
You have to try and figure that out. But anyway, to the racing action. It's imminent, trying to close the gap onto Benoit here this time. And yeah, Irmis absolutely gone.
Yep, 2 seconds ahead now.
He is on the softer compound.
Yeah, you're right there. Stevenson on the C2 compound, the harder compound. A few of the other drivers opting for that. Nico Bossert, Giovanni Amorim on the C1. Did he pit? Or is that... No, he hasn't pitted.
No, he started on the C1s.
Madman.
Like I said, Jace Merrick behind him actually has a chance to fight back here, as he's on the softer compound. And about, this time 4/10 off of Amorim, who is another 8/10 of Cochran. So Jace has two of these cars right in front of him, and he can smell the blood in the water.
yeah, man. There's definitely something in the air tonight, and it sounds like P7 is on the cards for Jace.
P6, maybe.
He has the pace, whether he can keep it together.
Yeah, this is where Jace Merrick has been lacking the past season. But I think he picked himself up quite nicely, and well, as you can see, nearly a fourth into the race, and he's up there.
Yep, Alex Cochran will have to deal with Giovanni. Let's see.
Believe it or not, but Juuso Salonen, starting from last place, got up to P11. So he's been doing well. About 6 seconds off Salo. 5 this time. Gaps are jumping on wide a bit. And yeah, it's Cochran right behind him, Morin. He's trying to take it flat out, but
I mean, there might be a slight. Well, I mean, Giovanni on the C1. Surprised. Maybe Alex's tyres are dropping off now. I don't know. You'd think they'd have more life in them, but to be honest, Giovanni does have you know, his last. Where was he battling for P1?
I don't remember actually.
It wasn't.
Was this?
It wasn't Zambo. It was the race before, wasn't it?
So that would be Imola.
But the guy has pace, basically. You can make those C1s work.
Yes. Because in the end, he will be on the softer tire near the end of the race in a lighter fueled car, so that will be closer to the quali train car, which is the fastest cars we'll have in a weekend.
Well, at the moment, as things stand, Giovanni set a 1:26, and Nico is set a 1:19.8. That's on the C2 compound tyre, so a bit of a gap to make up for. Nico definitely also just as fast, but as we saw in qualifying, he's also prone to mistakes.
Yeah, it's very easy to kill your race by having the tiniest issue will let you end up in the gravel trap.
One guy we haven't spoken about, who's been sneaking his way up, is David Halligan up in P4.
Yeah, Halligan up in the P4, being under attack by Nico Bossard here, as they're running side by side. Bossard fast already.
That camera angle literally just cut off the overtake.
Oh yeah, that's bad from the on-track camera crew.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right up the inside of Jace Merrick. Oh, and around the outside this time to the sweepers. And gets Jace Merrick need to stay behind.
Yeah, I mean, Alex Cochran really getting his elbows out there. He's making Jace work for this overtake.
And that really messed up Jace's flow here, and as you can see, that's how much you depend on the flow on this track. You really need to be on that racing line the whole time, and if you go wide once, your whole lap is basically ruined.
Yeah, you're right there.
I don't know what's going on, but the audio is lost for me for some reason.
Try again, sorry.
We're back.
On board with Halligan. He seems to have dropped off from Nico. Nico on the C2 compound, Halligan on the C3. So who knows? Maybe these
Maybe
C3s.
he made a mistake.
Yeah, maybe that as well. But the C3s not working for Alex
this
or.
is Willems right behind the Ace Energy of Juuso Salonen here.
Juuso doing a good job in P10, by the way.
Yeah, he climbed back up from P14 from the back of the grid. into points position here. Just got knocked out of it this time. And it's Willems passing him before turn 1.
Yeah, Willem's doing a great job. Up to P10. Had a bit of a hiccup at the start with the, by the looks of it, Jace. Who, you know, let's be honest, if you were watching the Challenger split last season, it's not the first time they've come together. Jace and Case.
Oh no, they've had a season-long rivalry and some decent battles. Was mostly up there with Oliver Gibson, who I'm surprised is not here for this race.
Yeah, he's a. Oh shit! My bad. Sorry for the bad language. Sorry, it was the Delta. Ernest is in the pits. That's why. That's why I'm saying. Yeah, he's in the.
Yeah, Ernest fitting. Yeah, like we said, he's on the C3, so he got a box earlier than the others.
That's right. Where will this bring him out?
He's gonna be utilizing an undercut then, as he exits the pit lane.
A lot of traffic to get past.
Oh, can he stay in front of Chase? No, he won't.
That's
he
not
just
good.
quite won't.
Obviously, these guys be battling for position.
Very cool camera angle here. You can see the cars from the top. You can quite see well how far the cars are in front of him, how much they gain under the braking. Back on board. You can see the incredible speed these cars reach through these tricky, tight but fast corners. As you can see, Irma's taking it easy because it's very easy to spin on these cold tires. And that's one thing you definitely don't want to be doing.
So yeah, maybe the lifespan of these tires are like roughly 10, 11 laps.
Yeah, the C3s don't last very long. Like I've heard 10 laps, and you can stretch them out to 12, but then you're like basically dropping pace near the end. You really see he's completely pushing, trying to get as much slipstream as possible over Jace Merrick. And he gets up in the P7. And he gets a great catapult launch towards Alex Cochran right here.
Yeah, you're right. That's a brilliant launch.
And as you can see, exiting turn 1, he's already right behind him. So that's just how much DRS and slipstream can be here. Yeah, Cochran's still behind Amorim on the C1s. So expect Amorim to be leading at some point in the race, as other driver in front has yet to pit, and will definitely pit earlier than Amorim.
Yeah, never say never, but yeah, on paper, you're right.
Theoretically, Amorim can end up at first. As that's a little bit of a. He tried it there. He tried to go for the move.
I mean, Alex isn't really. This isn't Alex's battle here, but Alex, I don't know. He's the kind of stubborn driver that will fight.
Well, yeah, of course. Reese is supposed to. Higher place in position. He has the fresher tire, so. But yeah, like you said, Alex is a driver that puts his teeth into the wheel and doesn't really let go of anyone really. Whoever's close to him on track will battle him, and as you can see, that's Yuso trying to go for a move up the inside of Willem.
Sorry to cut away from that, but
Irmis is entering a battle here with Amor.
Yeah.
See how they fare against each other, of course. Amor kind of in a battle with Cochran. And, but of course he can try to hold back Reese as much as possible, which will give Stevenson long-term advantage. As it's Benoit nearly a second behind Foster. So in about 6 to 7 laps, I think we'll see the C2 drivers coming in for their stops.
And that's Halligan in.
Of course, he's on C3s as well. I think Alex going in soon as well. Ooh, that's a good overtake there from Urmus. Launching past Amorim. So yeah, it's Halligan coming out of the pit lane. So Alex currently the only one on worn C3s. He's having to pit soon. There's 14 laps on C3s. I haven't seen anyone do that before. That's stretching 2 laps on the limit. Benoit really struggling with turning the car in there. As I think around this lap we'll start to see some minor wear on the tire.
Yeah, I mean, what was it that you managed to get to roughly what, lap 20, 21?
Yeah, about that. At least I did 21 laps.
And he still had a bit of life left in them, admittedly, for other drivers, but
well,
yeah.
I think the master drivers will utilize sliding the rear a bit more, so basically what that will do is make the rear wear a bit more than the challenger drivers normally do. Oh, and that's a beautiful move there from Yuso around the outside. But Case is gonna get him back with the DRS here, I think.
Is that a bit of strategy from Case? I wonder.
Yeah, maybe he let him by on purpose. And it's Yuso trying to follow the Liner's car. Case carrying that very flashy pink helmet.
Jace up into P6 currently. There's I mean, as it stands, he's doing pretty flipping well. This is what we like to see.
I mean, Amorim's still on those C1s.
Yeah.
Jace, well, yeah, Jace is of course also still on the C2s he started on. He does have to pit soon though, but he will get the run here. I think he has a better exit, as it looks like, and he will get DRS, so he might catch up another like 3/10. If he nails this lap, I think he's in for an attack down the main straight.
He's up on his time at least.
Dropping back in again. I think he's saving a bit of ERS here, as you can see the delta dropping. Of course, ERS recovery not great here. There's not many braking points. This is where I seem to be struggling with a lot. I've been running the majority of the race in full charge mode. So easy to drain the battery and so hard to get it back.
Yeah, you're right. You really got to sacrifice a lap or two.
I managed to get about 30% of battery. We're on board with the Ace Energy car of Juuso Salonen. Who's right behind Case, and I think Case is gonna do the same thing again. He's gonna let him by for slips for the DRS.
Yeah. Controversial, but you know, strategy, I guess.
As the team principal of Juuso, I must inform him that he should be aware of what this tomfoolery is.
Yeah. Case, I mean, is known for pushing the rules in that sense. He was One of the ones known for weaving on the track to break toe. Another maneuver that drivers don't tend to like.
Well, I always think about it this way: if it's not described in the rule book, it can be broken.
So, Juso, much faster. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, we got distracted Yuso there. That's
No!
Whoa, no! This went wrong very quickly. Oh, Yuso.
No, I mean...
That really messed up his temperature as well. The tire temperature is gonna skyrocket and he's gonna have no grip.
Could come in for an early pit, admittedly.
Yeah, I mean, the tires were nearing their life anyway, so he might as well. As he goes
And
in.
he does.
Takes it quite carefully here. Oh yeah, that's that magnet effect I wanted to talk about. It's like, in a way, you're so focused in the cars in front, so if they go off track, you will automatically go off track as well.
Yeah.
At least that's what I experience most of the times.
It's a thing, I swear. I'm with you on that.
You're in such a hyper-focused state for the driver in front that you kind of just follow them into the gravel trap. I think that's what Yuso did there. So Yuso drops back 3 positions there, I think. 2 positions. With a big gap, so unfortunate for him. It's his debut race after all, so he's gonna learn a lot. He's gonna have to learn a lot.
I want to say this is the closest that Jace has been, but I swear he keeps getting this close and
Drops
then
off again. Yeah. Jace just doesn't fight through, you know. He grabs a hold of a car and then he doesn't really pull himself ahead of him. He just kind of hangs back. He has to push hard though, because his tires are nearing the end of his life, and Amorim isn't gonna pin anyway soon, so he can either pit now because he knows he can't pass Amorim.
oh, Stevenson's in the pit. So is Bossert.
Yeah, and Benoit as well.
And Hermes is ahead.
Stevenson on the
Wow,
side.
that undercut worked so well.
Oh yeah, he's quite a while behind them. Hermes already pulled like 4 seconds. That's 2 extra seconds I think he gained from undercut.
But he started on the C3 and he's gone to the C2. Will he be able to make those C2s last? I think he's going to do a 2-stop. I think he might opt for that 2-stop.
You might have to go to C2s again. Just keep in mind C2s only last for 20 laps.
Oh no.
Oh, that's just Merrick going off track. That's a sign as well that the tires are starting to drop a lot. So yeah, the tires, especially for Jace here, he has to pit because you wear 8 easy on him. As I don't know what happened to Case, but he dropped back to P11 as well.
I think that's just like the order of things.
Are you sure? Because Case
Dave
was like
Southwood is
9.
in P6. Has he pitted? I don't think he's pitted yet, has he? No.
I think he did actually. No, that was not actually. Southwood still has to pit, yes. No, Case dropped positions to Cochran and Bella Valle, I think.
Yeah.
Because Yuso followed Cochran into the gravel trap. And then Alex managed to pass Case again. Red is shuffling a lot. I can't keep up.
I think Case pitted.
He could have. Yeah, he's on C3s. Yeah, Case pitted for me, yeah. He's on C2s. Is on board with Simon Benma here right behind Southward. Is he gonna go for the move? Not yet.
So cost him. He needs to kind of make this move.
Oh, here he goes.
Brave, but has to be done.
Seems like a fine overtaking opportunity.
Here we go. Hugo Bossa should be able to get this move done quite easily.
Yeah, he will get the DRS soon. That starts about here, the DRS zone. So yeah, what we did with the new season tracks is we shifted the DRS zones near the end of the straights, so they won't play that big of an effect.
Yeah, the DRS is very overpowered in these cars. If anyone watched the Imola Grand Prix, made it very trivial. It was back and forth throughout the race. Whoever got DRS was basically the race winner.
That wasn't funny anymore.
Yeah.
As Yuso,
Oh
I
no!
think dropped another position to Rositas.
Is that Irmis trying to overtake?
Yeah, that's Irmis stuck behind the back marker.
Being blue flagged and he's
that's
not.
Painful. That's painful. Seeing Yuso battling for P10 5 laps ago, and now he's struggling at the back of the grid.
Hopefully that hasn't damaged Irmis's car too much. But you know, it's not what you want, is it? You have to have words with your driver afterwards. Stevenson has closed the gap.
Oh yeah, he closed the gap from 4.5 seconds to 1.
Stevenson's last lap was 1:18. Oh!
Is that Rositas going slow? Oh no, Stevenson around the outside as well. Oh, this might be interesting. So this is merely a matter of who got held up worse there. Is it Stevenson or Irmis? As that's Yuso right behind Rositas as well.
Oh wow. Yeah. I don't think Stevenson will be close enough to get DRS, however.
Not quite.
Keeps up this pace. Let's see, Irmis should be good now. He's got Case Wilhelms, but he's at the start of sector 2 now.
He did pull 2/10 just off that straight.
So Irmis's last lap was a 1:19.5 and Stevenson's was a 1:19.4.
And I think that's Yuso nearly overtaking Agnes. He's 2/10 behind. Close the gap that much.
No, I think it's a bit back and forth, but maybe Irmis is now finding his pace in these tyres. No more traffic, just clean air.
I mean, in the end, I think he still has to pit one more lap, and Stevenson's going till the end on these C1s.
Yeah, I think you're right there.
As that's Bose in the pit lane. Oh, and that's Halligan right behind Southford, the 2 DAC cars. Oh no, that's southward entering the pit lane just there.
Yeah, southward just entering the pits.
I'm
Halligan up
as well.
to P5.
Chase Merrick went to C3s. So he'll be going for another C3 set, I think. Just remembering the final third of the race. It's Halligan on the C1 tire. Trying to remember how old they are. I think he might go till the end of the race here.
So it says here Halligan's 12 laps. 12 lap all tyres, I believe. Oh, that's what it says on here. Could be wrong.
He might have pitted on lap 12.
Yeah, he's on the C1. Might have started on C. Yeah, he started on C3, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he pitted on lap 12. So his tires are 14 laps old. I think he'll make it till the end.
Benoit setting the purple in the first sector after overtaking Nico Bossa.
Yeah, their fresh C3 is very effective at this point. Of course, the car is getting lighter. Oh, and that's Bossert nearly going off track there. That's what I've been talking about, the bouncing mid-corner. Just can upset the car very easily. I think Stevenson fell back by about half a second.
Yeah, you're right there. Must have made a mistake or something.
I mean, he is on the C1 tire, so he will be a bit slower. Will we have enough for DRS? I think so, by the hearing of this. How insanely the revs build up at the end there. I think the DRS did get activated there.
So Simon Benoit sets the fastest lap with the 118.2 on the C3 compound.
But Bossert managed to stick with him. And even decrease the gap by just under a second. And at the same time doing that on C1 tires as well. Bossert really on pace here. It's Dalla Valle in pit. He stopped for C3s. Urban's in the pit lane now.
What?
Which means Benoit will go through to get P2.
I think I'm gonna put Hermes now then though. He should come out ahead of Halligan, I believe.
Oh, there's go Bossert! Bossert passed! Bossert has passed Benoit into turn 1. So Bossert on the C1 tire just past Benoit, who just set the fastest lap of the race.
Crazy stuff, man. Crazy stuff.
Hermes will be on this fresh C3s. He might even fight back and make the 2-stop work. He still has 9 laps to go. 11. But Benoit's still right on the back of Bossert here. He should have more grip on these C3 tires. Of course, also depending on the setup, he might have a more top speed oriented setup. as we go down the back straight here, he will get the DRS. That's the back marker car of Yuso.
Yep, staying out of trouble this time. Will he hold Simon Benoit up is the question. Good move.
He tried to let him by in a safe way at least. So.
Oh!
Whoa! Bit too much curve there.
Yeah.
Upset the car.
Good save.
You do that very quickly on such a fast track like this. It's very easy to steer in like half a second later and mess up your complete racing line through the corner.
Yeah.
And as you can see, that cost him a second. That cost him a full second there.
Yeah, might cost him DRS at this rate.
And is it just me, or is Bossert rapidly catching up to Stevenson?
I'm worried that might be the case, but currently standing, Stevenson has just over 9 seconds on it.
I think Bossert will also get DRS off a back marker. Yeah, he dropped that gap by half. It was from 12 seconds down to 7.5 in one lap.
So Nico's last lap then practically matched Simon's best lap. It was just shy of a few hundredths of a second.
So this is crazy. Bossert on the C1 tire, setting the basically the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, practically.
Of course, multiple factors coming into getting a faster lap is DRS, slipstream, not getting held up by traffic.
Yeah, it's crazy. Bossert actually done to get the podium. Not only that, but second place. Could even get first.
Losing it, but that's a back marker. Everyone just went through there. We still have to see Hermes gain some time though. He's still back by like 6 seconds.
Yeah, you're right. Hermes on the hunt now for Simon Benoit. 5 seconds off. What was his last lap? 117. This one is a 118.2. So he needs to start pumping out those 117s if he wants to win this race, to be honest. Yeah, Hermes Riss with a 117.9 as the current fastest lap. He has a point for that.
Getting fastest lap. Oh, Vale Vale getting speeding pit lane penalty.
Yeah, I know, right? It's easily done, it really is. But
we did say there was about a 5 kph tolerance, but he went 10 over, so yes, might be a bit of an issue.
so Hermes has eaten half a second into Simon Benoit's lap there. Simon Benoit set a 118.8, whereas Hermes set a 118 flat. Cars ahead setting 119s. Maybe that's the C1s now performing as they should be.
I mean, I did notice there's this weird graining period where, for some reason, after like 10 to 20 laps, the tires will start to get more and more grip.
Oh yeah.
It's very interesting how these tires work. We should probably warn them in. That's when they start to get very fast. And then right after they peak, they drop off quite violently. And that's when the tires are near the end of the life. As Bosser maintains that gap to Stevenson, about 8 seconds. Oh, that's Benoit into the pit lane.
Oh, what?
Benoit's pitting.
Of course,
Yeah,
yeah.
of course he was on C3s, so he had to.
He's probably going to pit for another
And
set
that
of
might
C3s.
put Halligan. That might put Halligan up in the P4.
He was under attack from Giovanni, so it won't be for long.
That was a very nice move there from Giovanni. Driving the Bag Academy car. Other than that, the gaps have formed, and although Southward is nearing under a second of Cochran here, he is on C3s as well.
Giovanni looks like he'll be holding on to 4th unless Halligan has anything to say about it. It's just whether or not Hermes can catch up now. He has
like
12 seconds.
Giovanni is on that soft compound, and Halligan is on the hards, the super hards. I think no, those are the normal hards, yeah. Oh no, actually, they are the super hards. The C1 compound, and Amorn on the C3s. And it's Yuso half a second behind Dalla Valle. Oh, there's a lap behind, I think. What's going on here? Alfred half a second behind Cochran now. He's been steadily gaining on him. And now he's in attack range.
Oh, big oversteer.
Yeah, that's a bit of a moment for Alex there.
Alex holding on though.
Oh,
That is just sheer determination.
I think Alex might need a diaper change after this.
They both might change each other.
Oh, and it's still going on.
Leave South will be able to hold on and get DRS at this rate though. Unless Alex allows it. Yeah, Alex letting him get the overtake, so we'll
You get the DRS eventually.
yeah.
Oh, big
Oh.
oversteer from Alex. I think it's the C2s actually wearing out. Because I mean, 30 laps is about the max you can get out of them, and it's what their drivers are pushing.
Speaking
yeah,
of pushing,
Southward on fresh C3s, and Alex oversteering a lot on those worn C2s. And it's Willems into the pit lane.
very late pit stop here.
He might even go for fastest lap then.
Yeah.
I think he'll get onto the the C5s maybe? C4, yeah, he gets on the C4, trying to get the fastest lap of the race. Just mug that extra point off of Hermes, I think, is current fastest lap holder.
Currently it is Simon Benoit again with a 1:17.4.
So Benoit one-upped him again.
Yeah. I don't think Hermes can do this. I think he's just thrown away a win. I think the one stop was
Southward nearly running side by side through the chicane here.
unless he can get past Bossa.
They're heading through Bucci in there. It's Southward This time getting for the DRS. As he gets past him before the braking zone. Nicely done here from Southward. And it's Benoit right behind Halligan as well. There's multiple battles going on at this point. And Benoit got that P5.
Oh, has he?
Oh no! Commentator curse strikes once again.
Oh god, man, we've been on fire with them. Oh!
He uses the position out to chase Merrick. And it's Rosita's going through. Oh, that's bad luck for Benoit. As once again you can see how easily called out the drivers are here. This track.
Will Bossert give Ermis the position is the question. I don't think he will, obviously.
He won't be giving anyone position, Jerry. As I think the average mindset of a racing driver would be to fight literally anyone on track, no matter how fast they are.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, had they come across each other earlier in the race, different strategies, maybe a bit different.
It's not going to make it easy for Ermis.
Benoit's got past Jace Merrick.
The Bossert has come a long way to end up on the C2s in this good of a position on track.
Still be a double podium for Younger, which will help him a lot in the championship. Oxtan, unfortunately, just have the solo gunner, Stevenson.
What happened to the other Oxen driver?
Magda has decided to retire early.
I've seen that, yes.
And Paulina Talon's going through some tough times at the moment, so hope he gets well soon.
Christoph pitting as well. It's the final lap. He's going for fastest lap as well, I think. By the way, how's Case doing on that C4? Did he get close there with the fastest lap? Let me see.
No, his last lap was 1:19.2.
Yeah.
The 2 seconds to shake.
So it's still Benoit with the 17.4% on the C3 tires.
Riss gets past Stevenson.
Yeah.
I mean Bossert, sorry.
There might be some manipulative team orders here.
Well, I think maybe had there been a few more laps in the race, then that two-stop would have been the perfect strategy. But as things currently stand, Stevenson currently just under 6 seconds ahead of Ermis Riss.
He's not gonna catch that.
He's not. Stevenson, unless like his tyres die, I think he might be able to just bring it home.
As he nears the final corner section here.
Yeah, you're right there.
Stevenson going through the final corner to take another victory for Oxtan Racing Team.
Yeah, he completely stole that from Ermis. Admittedly, it looked like Ermis was going to run away with it, but the strategy unfortunately swung in Stevens' favour. Ermis crossing the line in second, and Nico Bossert rounding off the podium. It's a 2-3 for Younger GP, and the race isn't over just yet. Giovanni coming around the last corner as well. He'll be happy finishing P4. Considering he didn't exactly have the best of qualifying sessions. Halligan and P5. Simon Benoit not that far off him, admittedly, but yeah, has himself for 6th. Had he not made that mistake, maybe he might have got him in the end. Jace Merrick. Southwood managed to pit Jace as well. My bad. So yeah, Southwood and P7, good result for him. Jace Merrick shouldn't be too disheartened with P8, admittedly.
It's AC shenanigans.
Yeah, just.
Williams goes into the pit lane. I don't know why. Is he? I don't know why, but Case is pitting.
Alex comes across in P9, and I believe that is it.
Everyone finished. Yeah. It's their average AC interactions there.
Yeah, that was a standard Mugello race. Anything you want to add to it?
Oh, well, it was definitely a very action-packed race, and yeah, I think the one-stop strategy got perfectly executed in combination with the strong pace of Stevenson. Snatched him the win there. That was perfect driving from him.
Well, let's get Case in for a quick interview. Case, walk us through that.
Hi again. I have to say, apart from the first start, I think my race went quite well. I had a pretty. I'm not sure if you guys got any of it on stream. I had a pretty interesting battle with I think his name is Jules Salamon, something like that.
Oh yes.
I had a pretty exciting battle with him. I was tricking him almost every time in the last corner to steal the DRS off him, so I could at least stay ahead in most of the sectors. So I have to say that was quite fun. Though I think, despite the tires being the C2 tires, my first being pretty bad at the end, I still think I could have stayed out a few laps longer. So I could have then maybe extended my C3s for my seconds a bit longer, so I would not have needed to pit for a second time, so I could have maybe had that point. So this time I was very close to getting points, at least P11, if you can keep me up the pace that every race I will lose a position. I don't think I'll get to a podium, but yeah, nearly up to points.
Yeah, I mean, you did really well, man. We were rooting you throughout the race. I mean, at the end of it, I'm guessing you just kind of thought, I could just, I don't know, go for fastest lap.
Yeah, kind of. And I also actually just realized that my start wasn't as great. At least the first lap, there was, I think, an incident between either Alex Cochran and Christoph Bose, which actually put me quite a bit back. So maybe I could have faced a race high anyway if I continued with this. With the strategy that I went with, but yeah, I tried. Fuck it. It's only like excuse me. It's only like a few. Like just a few laps. I might as well give a crack at it. Don't think I succeeded. I'm not sure, but yeah, I thought, well, why not?
Well, thank you very much for putting on an entertaining show, even if it was at the back of the grid. Still, some good overtakes. Yeah, great battle from you too. Nice and clean as well. It's always nice to see. Anyway, thank you very much, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah, thank you.
And let's get Alex Cochran in here. Alex Cochran, how's it going? How was that race for you?
Hello, not too bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a bad result at the end. Can you just walk us through your race?
Yeah, obviously P9 in the end isn't too bad. It's points. Quite solid points as well. I know the gap was quite big to Gustavo behind, so it's good. Yeah, it wasn't the best race. It wasn't the worst race, that's for sure. The start was pretty good. I think I went from like P12 to up to 7th or 6th, I think, which was pretty great. Even if the pace isn't there, to be in the position in the early laps is good for the track position. Yeah, and then I was just managing the battery a little bit, managing the car. I got overtaken by a few cars. It felt like we were running much higher aero because I could really follow in the middle sector, and then as soon as I get to the straight, I just wouldn't close up, or they would just pull away too much, and there was nothing I could do. But that's just one of the things you take, you know, on the setup of the car. But yeah, a silly error in the first stint, at the end of the first stint, coming into turn 1, and the rear just went round. I'm going to need to rewatch it because it just felt so weird. You know, I turned in like normal, didn't do anything differently. It felt like nothing felt wrong, and the rear just went, and I just ended up in the gravel. I think I lost like 6-7 seconds, so it wasn't the end of the world.
Oh,
but
right, okay.
because I was racing Jace at the time. Yeah, I was racing Jace at the time, and that spin put me behind him. So then for the pit lane, it was just like the pit stops. You know, there was little chance after that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that middle stint, because that compromised me as well. So because for the end stint, the last stint, I went on the C2s. It was a bit similar story to Zan, but I went on the C2s earlier than I wanted to. So then by the end of the race, they were awful. That last stint was so incredibly tricky. And I was driving like 4 seconds off the pace at the end of the race, simply to bring the car home, because the car was just snapping every corner you turn in, and the rear would just go.
Yeah,
it was like driving in the wet.
So,
yeah.
Well, you know, nevertheless, like you said, it's still points. It's good seeing both Griffin boys out there today. You looking forward to Hungary if it goes ahead?
Yeah, definitely. I love Hungary. I really enjoyed it in season 8, I think it was, last time we raced. I really enjoyed it back then. It's just got a really nice flow to it. It's quite technical, but quite high speed at the same time. Just an overall good track, and I think the setup we have, you know, obviously it's a high aero setup, and our setup is really built around the high aero. I think it'll go really well around there.
Well, yeah, I mean, you heard it, guys. This guy loves Hungary, and there's no reason not to. It's a great track. So why don't you come join us in 2 weeks' time? Same place, same time. I've got nothing else to add. Have you guys?
Good race.
Good race, yeah. I'm always biased, but it's great to see Stevenson on the top step of the podium. But yeah, onwards and upwards. I don't think the championship for the teams is over. Who knows? If Ermis and Nico keep up this kind of like performance, you know, there might be a nice challenge going on for the rest of the season. Anyway, I've done enough waffling for tonight, so I'm gonna call this stream, and thank you very much